My question is, has anyone felt as if they've ever been lost, desperate, sad, or just confused in any way? Maybe not knowing what college to go to or just simply feeling lonely. Have you ever felt as if you had no one to talk to when hard times come? Well, let me tell you, there are people out here who care for our education and are willing to sacrifice their time to support us in order to become successful. In today's speech, I will be commemorating my high school counselor, Mr. Moreno. He was my high school counselor at Eastside High School for 2 years. In my opinion, Mr. Moreno was an amazing counselor. He was very dedicated to his job as a counselor and sacrificed many things in order for his students to be successful. He was always writing recommendations letter, reviewing scholarship applications, giving scholarship opportunities, and many more things that have made him an amazing counselor today. Aside from these activities, he had a good sense of humor and was always trying to brighten up the room and make everyone happy and cheer them up. Because of Mr. Moreno, I was able to successfully enroll in a university. Aside from Mr. Moreno helping me get accepted, aside from that, Mr. Moreno helped me get accepted to the EOP program, which really benefited me as, an incoming freshman with low income. It really supported me throughout my first semester of college. Not only did he help me get through my college career choice, but he was also there for me every step of applying to colleges while I felt very lost and, a bit overwhelmed because there's a lot to think about all at once. Thanks to Mr. Moreno, I'm doing very well in university and have been able to use all the tips he gave me throughout all of high school. For my counselor, Mr. Moreno, things were not always so easy. Mr. Moreno comes from a very low income family, having to work 2 jobs throughout college in order to pay off college tuition. Aside from that, he and his parents came to this country as immigrants or undocumented. Luckily, he was able to overcome these obstacles and is now an amazing counselor to thousands of diverse students in high school. Once I realized what he went through, I felt as if I can relate to Mr. Moreno because I myself come from an low-income family with undocumented parents, which, obviously he did too. My relationship with Mr. Moreno was almost as if we were family. I met Mr. Moreno during my junior year of high school, and as I met Mr. Moreno, we clicked so well and just instantly became super good friends. He was always willing to help me when I first met him, which quickly gained my respect, consequently leading us to become closer and closer. Well, as we became closer, Mr. Moreno even had the opportunity to meet my family and become a close family friend. Therefore, me and Mr. Moreno's relationship is now very strong. Overall, Mr. Moreno had a significant impact in my life and has been a huge part of my success in college. Without Mr. Moreno, I might have been lost and not knowing half of the things I know today about college. I know that Mr. Moreno will continue to be an amazing human being and will continue to help thousands of high school students for them to follow their future career goals and become successful. These kids are the future of America.